WWE Hall of Famer Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express reflects on The Undertaker and Paul Bearer on Episode 5 of the School of Morton podcast. Download now for free the full episode at rickymortononline.com or search for School of Morton on iTunes.
Before they painted his face, before this great manager, he managed in Memphis, Tennessee, down in Mobile, Florida, the areas. I worked with him a lot. Now, you got to understand, here's Glenn Jacobs, that was the Unabomber in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. We actually worked with and helped him get to WWE at Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And then there was The Undertaker, Mean Mark Calloway. I was booking at the time in Memphis. Me and Dutch Mantel were. And we brought Mean Mark Calloway from the Federal Pen to wrestle Jerry the King Lawler. What a great run they had. Big boy. And this, to me, it's not the part about the crowd pops, and I'm one of the boys, but to me, it's about looking at all three of these guys that I watched grow in the business. That's something that's hard to really explain. That you see Glenn Jacobs in there, that was the Unabomber. Mean Mark Calloway, that come from Texas. And then Percy Pringle, that where they started their careers off and totally changed everything to be at WrestleMania, where it's $1 million gate, more than $1 million gate. You understand what I'm saying? That's the part that I look at. It's not the part about that match, and it's not the part about the fans. It's the part about, I've seen all this change. I've seen all this transaction. These guys go from this to that. And that's what our business is about. That's fulfilling every dream that you ever wanted in our business, that you never give up, you never stop learning. And that's the part I look at, Scotty.
For being able to have seen Percy Pringle, Paul Bearer, he wrestled.
And he was I wrestled him before. I wrestled him 100 times. He was down in the Memphis territory. That's just...
Even sporting blonde hair a good part of the time, wasn't he, back in the day?
Oh, yes. Everybody had blonde hair.
But not everybody had a mullet.
No.
Just to be clear.
And still got it.
Yes, you do. Woo! Women still looking at you. Yeah. Now, okay, as far as Undertaker goes, his longevity, how do you think he's been able to consistently work? And I know he slacked off, or I shouldn't say slacked off, but went to a lesser schedule. But having known him in WCW, WWE, and even way before that, could you see the possibility in this man in the early days? Were you a believer in him when you and Dutch Mantel were booking?
If I didn't believe in him, he wouldn't have been main event. Mark was a special guy, and Glenn is too. Not only these guys as big guys, but they're great athletes. And Mark is smart about the business. He knew what he had when he became the Undertaker. Not only him, but Vince and them all knew, and they taught him there. See, you never start learning a business. He knew how to protect the Undertaker, buddy, and he did. The longevity is they knew how to keep it alive. Even though he was the dead man, they knew how to keep him alive. They worked together. It's a process that it wasn't done overnight. It was great the first night, but every time it got better and it got better and it got better. Then when he had his big run ever WrestleMania, undefeated for the long time. And I think they kind of regret, I would, ever beating him.
She said, Rama, Lama, Bama, Lama, rock and roll is king.